Sagittarius, welcome to Sunning Spiritually. This is going to be your end of December reading. Keep in mind that this is a general reading, so not all the messages are going to resonate. And if you'd like something tailored specifically for you, the link to book that reading is in the description box below. I just ask that you choose a date that is either January 15th or beyond, just so I can have a little break. And so this could resonate vice versa. The gender of the cards don't matter, and if it doesn't match, it's simply not your week and someone needed that message more. Let's see what you guys have coming up for the end of December. What do you need to know? Five of Swords, Two of Pentacles, Nine of Cups, Seven of Cups, Page of Wands, King of Wands, oh, okay, Judgment, and Eight of Wands. I feel some type of face-off that's going on between the Page of Wands and the King of Wands. So you could be one of these two people. This is both fire sign energy, which means that you guys are both going to be erratic, whoever you're connected to. As the Page of Wands is here, it's like somebody that you're dealing with, or you possibly, is in the energy of trying to play mind games, trying to win at all costs, being selfish, being in your ego. And I highly advise against being in that energy because it's going to end up backfiring towards you. This is something that's affecting 3 people, maybe even 2, because these 2 people are unaware of what's going on in the background. So this could be the energy of a man or a female trying to play both sides and have, have their cake and eat it too by having multiple partners. This is somebody that could be in a committed relationship and they're contemplating either cheating, lying, being deceptive, or they're already in that energy because we have this person in a black cloak. As you can see, the smile that this person has, it's menacing. So it leads me to believe that they're doing something that's naughty, or they're just being in their ego and only thinking for themselves. The Two of Pentacles is here to show that someone is either juggling you or you're juggling 2 people. Someone has a decision to make between you and another person or vice versa, and they don't know which decision to make, so they're going to stay in this energy going back and forth until they decide, hey, this is what I want. The only thing is this person is being selfish and they're not thinking of how their actions are affecting other people. This person does not care from what I'm seeing. This could be even an individual that has a drinking problem, or they just like to indulge in things excessively, which brings on that devil energy of addictions. The Seven of Cups is here to show somebody that you're connected to or you has a lot of options. These options are most likely in love, maybe even business. But the thing is, only one of these cups has a wreath, which brings success. The other cups have either lying, deception, someone who only wants you for money, another person who's a snake, another individual who's possibly even a killer. So be careful and use your discernment when you're dealing with other individuals when it comes to love and relationships or even partnerships, because you don't know what people are hiding behind closed doors. And if you choose the wrong option, you're going to end up paying for it in the near future. This could be something that involves children. So if this is a dynamic that's with a family, it's like a father and mother and one child is involved. Maybe 2, but I just see 1. This child is actually very gifted. They have an inkling to building things. This could be somebody like maybe a male that enjoys like Legos, enjoys things of that nature. It's just a lot of like hands-on energy with this child. So this would be the type of child that is not going to succeed if you just give them a tablet all day. They need to be hands-on doing things. So that's a message for somebody. With the King of Wands here, you're also dealing with a man or a female that is either a womanizer or they like to play around when it comes to men. This is the type of person that even when they're in a commitment, they have this constant wandering eye. They never have both feet in 100% in the relationship because they like to explore what's out there, especially when it comes to people. This could be the type of man that likes to sleep around. I'm just going to say it with male because that's what's showing. And this male, they like to go after things that seem, exciting and innovative at first, but once they get bored, they go on to the next victim. And with Judgment, remember how I said this could be a family unit? Well, that's what I'm seeing. Male, female, possibly a daughter or a son. And this is a judgment call that needs to be made when it comes to this relationship. So whoever is the person that's juggling needs to decide whether they want a family or whether they want to continue to be a player and just kind of live their best life, which is okay. The issue comes when you're trying to drag other people into it and you're not being honest about what your intentions are, because now you're becoming deceptive. Now you're in the energy of the Five of Swords, where you're causing negative changes in people's lives because you're being sneaky, you're lying, you're cheating, you're doing something underhanded. If there's a woman here, this woman, she has like a child's father who's very active in her life. This child's father provides for her financially, but for some reason she feels like she's not getting what she deserves when it comes to the romantic aspect of the relationship. Whether that's true or not is going to resonate differently for everybody watching. But for the whoever that woman is, she kind of wants to play both sides, where she wants to kind of have her fun on the outside, but she still wants the relationship and the stability of the connection of this King of Wands. And it's like, yo, like, you can't have it both ways. You need to decide what you want. Otherwise, you're going to end up losing both things, and then your life is going to go downhill from there. With the Eight of Wands being here, communication is a problem, and it's also something that needs to be worked on. So my Sagittariuses could be people that are hotheads at times. It's like, you can be sweet and kind, but the second that someone irritates you or gets under your skin, you either blow up, or you end up being sarcastic, or the communication just comes out in a way where it's not beneficial for you or anybody that you're connected to. So this could be something that you need to work on. There's also going to be some traveling that's going on either in the near future or around the end of December. This could be travel by air. With the Eight of Wands. So somebody, for some reason, I'm hearing California or the Valley area in some type of way. But with Judgment, there's a final decision that needs to be made. Someone could also be dealing with a court case, and that court case is going to be resolved within the next 2 months or so. But you do have to be patient. Yeah, someone just likes to drink a lot. I don't know why I'm getting that vibe, heavy drinker vibe. So if that's you, just be careful. Don't do it excessively. Otherwise, it's going to come back to bite you in the end. And with the King of Wands, there's a lot of healing energy that is needed in this dynamic. And also, if you're exploring your options, it's like one of these people is less mature than the other. The page would be the person that is less mature. This is the type of male or female that likes to, sleep around. They like to go out, have casual relationships, have a good time, but they're not going to commit to you. And then this King of Wands is the person that is more mature. Once they know what they want, they're going to go after it and, secure whatever this may be. But there's also a slight chance that the King of Wands is not going to commit 100%. But this is going to vary with each person because it depends on what their other placements are. Just because someone is in this fire sign energy does not mean that they're a player. But if they exhibit those type of characteristics where you know that this person, tends to kind of look at other people or just tend to make you feel insecure. This person, they could even be the type of man or female that doesn't like you looking through their phone. And the reason why that is because they're constantly looking for the next best thing and they don't want you to see that. And so be careful who you're connected to. Pay attention to the red flags because that's going to help you avoid a lot of issues just by you paying attention and being observant. The Two of Pentacles is here to show there's also issues with finances or resources. It makes sense because we just got through a holiday. Christmas time, around this time, people usually do have financial problems. It is going to alleviate within the next 2 months. So by February, things are going to level out a lot more when it comes to your money. But this also is a sign that you don't need to overspend. You don't need to take excessive trips, especially right now when money could be something that will be an issue in the near future. Just kind of make those sacrifices now, and you'll end up paying off for them later on. Let me get another deck. That way I can get additional messages. Five of Swords again. Okay, so yeah. Look, for this card to come out twice, there is 78 cards in each deck. What are the odds that the same card would come out on top of each other twice? So the Five of Swords being here in this dynamic, it lets me know that somebody is definitely in their bad behavior, being naughty, not thinking about how things are going to affect the people around them. And what you don't notice, do you see how someone is walking away as this person is like in their energy where they feel like they're in control? Well, you're pushing someone away and they're actually on the verge of leaving or walking away from you, but you're not even noticing because you're too busy trying to win at all costs, too busy trying to get your own needs met. And whoever that other individual is that you're connected to, they're on the verge of giving up on you and just walking away and trying to find something better. The Queen of Wands in reverse came out. So this could be a dynamic where there's a couple and then there's a mistress on the outside, or somebody that is going to interfere in the relationship in some type of way. The Queen of Wands energy is a type of male or female that is jealous, vindictive, vengeful. This is the type of woman that when you piss her off, she's going to go out and cheat on you in order to get back at you, or just to kind of balance the scales in some type of way. This woman cannot be trusted. Even if she's a mother, she's like a neglectful mother where she will provide for her kids food, water, those basic necessities, but she's not going to do anything to help them elevate mental wise. So that's something to also consider. This would be the type of woman that's also going to care about prestige and image. So she's going to buy all of the nice things, the luxuries, the brand name type of items, and she's going to use your money while doing it and then refuse to work on top of it. So someone here is dealing with a messy issue, messy dynamic that needs to be handled. And because the Five of Wands is here, it's like you and this person are constantly fighting. You guys don't get along. You don't see eye to eye. And it's because both of you are in your egos and no one's willing to budge. So this is the type of dynamic where it's a couple and both of you are alphas, but no one wants to submit to let the other person lead. And if you are the female energy in this reading, you have to let your man lead. Like, you have to kind of submit to them. I know submit is like a word that people are just, it makes them uneasy for some reason. But in a household, like, you have to let your man run your household. Like, you can't just want to be in that alpha male energy all along and still want to keep a partner. You have to kind of budge in something. With the Devil card being here, this is also a relationship that is based on toxicities, which is addictions, lust, obsessive behavior. This could be something karmic that's only meant to be here for a certain time. Maybe it was only here so you guys could conceive a child that's going to be gifted, that's going to have a lot to bring to the world. But either way, whether this is codependency or just devil energy that's here, there's something toxic about this relationship, and it's not going to work for the long term as long as whatever this is that you know your relationship is being affected by is resolved. That could also be like over drinking, anger problems, anything that's keeping the both of you tied to each other. Let's keep going. Eight of Wands. Communication is also a problem between the both of you. This is like one of those dynamics where when one person gets upset, they go run off and they just go do their own thing instead of just sitting down and addressing what the issue is. All of the problems that you guys may have, they're just swept under the rug, and then the next day you wake up and it's like, okay, we're just going to be fine. We're not going to address the problems. And so you have this underlining resentment towards whoever this person is that you're connected to because you never really speak and put everything out on the table to clear it out once and for all. So this is the type of couple that will go to bed upset at each other and then wake up the next day like nothing happened. And that is so toxic. It is so unhealthy to do that because everything just piles up at once. So if you are the Sag in the situation, I can see you just blowing up one day and just getting upset out of nowhere because you let things pile up and you don't address them as they come in. With the Seven of Pentacles, this male figure, it could be a male or female, I'm just saying masculine because that's what's showing up. This male has been putting in a lot of time and effort into this relationship, possibly even 7 years from what I'm seeing because it's the Seven of Pentacles. But this male provides for the connection and for the children involved in the situation. And they've been doing it basically since the beginning of the relationship or the connection. This man is getting tired though, because the woman that he's connected to either only uses him for money. She wants to have, her cake and eat it too by having outside parties and outside lovers and still having the financial resources, the home, the stability. But what you don't understand is this king's not getting anything out of this dynamic. So he's going to get tired and he's either going to leave you behind or go off and be in the same energy that you're in, which is the cheating, the lying, deceptive energy. So then we're back into that devil energy. It's just like a cycle that is consistently toxic and it's never being addressed. So you just continue in toxicity. Like, this is chaos. I don't know how this household, there's a lot of anger in this household, and it's because both of you don't really address what the underlying issue is. No one really talks about what their needs are. And this is also the energy of having like gifts or something brought to you just to keep you quiet or just to kind of, level the situation out temporarily. With the Six of Wands, there's no victory in this dynamic. There's no success. There's no recognition. Someone ends up feeling like they're getting stomped on. So neither one of you really feels heard in the connection. And that's something that you both need to work on. But I feel like there's a lot of therapy that's needed here, or just like mediation, or someone in the middle that needs to come into this dynamic and just let you both see things from the other person's point of view. Because either when you both try to communicate, either it's the energy of where like you both are just yelling at each other and no one really gets heard, or the communication is just so faulty that whenever any problem arises, the other person will just leave and walk away. The Hangman is here to show that both of you need to release something in this dynamic. Both of you need to release your egos and, you know, the fact that you're both hotheads, and someone needs to end up submitting or just to kind of compromise. That's the energy that I'm feeling. There needs to be heavy compromise in this dynamic, because it's like two alphas are trying to both be in control, and it can't work out that way. Someone needs to be able to submit. Let me get another deck so I can get you some messages before I let you go. Great fortune. So yeah, this male or female, they have great fortune. This is a man that knows how to manifest money, basically out of thin air. This could even be a drug dealer. I don't know why I'm getting heavy drug dealer vibes, but this is like a Don, or, you know, someone who's just in control of their finances and resources, which is also why this woman wants them, because she's in a position of poverty, but she continues to be in that poverty mindset, because instead of going out there and getting her own business and getting something that can help her get off the ground, she relies on this man. But what this Queen of Wands doesn't know is if this man decides one day to just up and leave, this is what she's going to get stuck with. Being homeless, poverty, having nothing under her name, nothing to really fall back on. There could even be a cat in this household. I don't know why that's specific, but occupation, message of concern, and house. So yeah, if there's a house that's involved in the situation, this house is like really toxic. There's a lot of arguing and fighting and negative energy that's in that house. If I was to be, you know, in this area, I would let you know that you need to cleanse your home with something, whether it's sage, Palo Santo. That this house needs to be cleansed, because a lot of the negative energy that's there, it's just like in the walls, it's in the crevices of the home. What people don't realize is that arguing and conflict and things like that, it can actually manifest into like physical energy. So if you get home and you just feel instantly tired, like you don't want to be there, it's because whatever you guys have been going through, it's manifesting into the home itself. So you need to cleanse it in some type of way. With message of concern, somebody's about to get a message of concern that they need to get a job with occupation. I don't know why I just said it like that, but a woman here has high expectations and she can't live up to those expectations herself. So if this is you, you're going to be going through some sort of journey. If you don't get it together right now or within the next 2 months, because 5 weeks is what I'm seeing here, you're going to have something sudden or unexpected that happens where the wealth that you've been getting is going to be affected or just taking away altogether, and you're going to be in this position of poverty. So whoever is the person that expects too much, doesn't bring anything to the table except maybe sex and arguing, is going to receive some type of message of concern. And yeah, that's what I'm seeing. Like, share, subscribe, leave me a comment, and hope you guys have a good rest of your day. Bye.